I've decided I'm done. This is it. No more Final Fantasy XIV. From here on out, I am the ruler of everything. Sorry, I just thought this was like really cool, like awesome looking. You know, the like being able to sit on this throne and sit in this position and such. I had to like go into the G pose to do all of that. But yeah, I realized like, okay, you know, I really like the way that looks, and I had to start the episode there. Like that's just what I had to do. So. But hello everyone, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker or Post Endwalker. I don't know how I'm labeling these episodes. I don't know if I'm labeling them as Post Endwalker or regular. I know I'm putting them into a playlist of, well, yeah, I'm putting them into a Post Endwalker playlist, but so I guess technically I am labeling. Cause I realized I don't label like the episodes themselves, right? I don't label them as like Endwalker. So, oh good, I'm really glad I stopped. Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. I'm really glad that I stopped after I was so. Like, I just saw the duty thing, and I'm like, nah, I don't know if I'm, like, awake enough to do a duty. This is a new recording session, obviously. Yeah, had I seen this pop up when I tried to, I would have definitely been like, nope, we're good. Like, I debated. I was like, well, it's just the duty, right? Nope. It's not just the duty. It's freaking several cutscenes will play in sequence. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points in the event you are defeated. Yada 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 yada. Where everything begins. Goody. Also, today is the first day of the Moogle hunt for Mendacity.
この辺りでいいだろう。そろそろエーテルをもらおうか。
ええ、いいわ。
What? Oh, hi, Scarmagillion. Scarmiglion, not Scarmiglion, not Scarmigillion, or whatever I said. Scarmiglion.
さっき倒したと思っていたが、生きていたのか。愚か者どもめ、この世界に死など存在しない。ことに我は蘇りなど自由自在よ。
死が存在しないですって。盲点だ。停滞の光に侵された第一世界の無の大地では新たな命が生まれなかった。反対に火星の闇で侵されたボイドでは肉体を含めた魂すら安らぎを得られないというのね。
Interesting.
死してなお帰れない。他者にエーテルを食われでもしない限り何度でも蘇ってくるというのか。
So I mean, that would mean that everything that we killed in World of Darkness didn't die. Freaking Cerberus and the Cloud of Darkness are still around, probably.
様、よく見ればあれと似てとてもうまそうなエーテルをしておるな。
Oh, he knows about Azdaha.
あれはうまかったな。欲しいぞ、お前のエーテルも。どれ、そこらに漂ってる連中も我が力にて手駒として蘇らせてやろう。
Oh boy. And all the things that we killed in the dungeon are back. Good!
振り出しに戻ったというわけか。だが、それならそれで何度でも倒すだけだ。
We do have somebody who can consume their essence, their ether. Well,
ね
unless she
え、
leaves.
あなたも手を貸してくれると助かるのだけれど。
さっきの礼はもらい損ねたからな。約束が果たされるまで何かしてやる道理はない。そいつは自力で何とかしろ。お前たちが負けたとしても散ったエーテルをいただくだけだ。
まさかこのような極上の餌にありつけるとは。面倒な任務と思っていたが、なかなかどうして。
I mean, you can have their ether after we kill them.
さあ、精一杯あがくがいい。その精に満ち満ちたエーテル、一滴たりとも残さず食らってやろう。
Also, I think I was red mage when I came in here the last time, but that's fine. I am dancer now, and so I will dance. Also, that begs the question, like, can I close position? Oh, I can. Okay. Nice. I was like, can I, use my, like, party-only ability on these people? I can.
城内の用意が集まってきているわ。
Which is awesome.
戦闘が
Because, like, I figure, obviously, I'm going to be able to in a dungeon. But this isn't a dungeon, this is a duty, So I'm like, am I going to be able to use the thing in this duty, here? And then sure enough, I was able to, which is great. Because I can get some freaking Esprit from Yestola. He means to resurrect them again. Of course, now he's going to do just that, resurrect them again.
陽の再生能力を加速させている。
Regeneration.
あれらに死は訪れぬ。故に貴様らに勝ち目はない。
Once again, the classic void power of dropping a giant ball. It's certainly an interesting ability. I just don't understand what it is in relation to void. That it seems like every void creature has it.
このままではこの状況、奴に分がありすぎる。
どうにかして 奴を引きずり出したいが集まれ。一人では耐えられん。
Boy, Varshan went a long way to the end so they could all freaking gather at that spot.
拉致が開かないわ。一度引いて策を練った方が良さそうね。
Oh, okay.
Mada まだわからんのか。何度やったところで貴様らに勝ち目はない。
あら、私の魔力はまだまだ尽きることがなくてよ。
おい、何か復活を止める方法はないのか。
方法はある。だがそれをお前たちに教える理由がない。
ねえゼロ、思い返してみたのだけれど、私たちあなたに一つ貸しがあったわ。ゼロ、あなたの名前よ。
ああ。
私たちはあなたに名前を送った。お望みのエーテルを後で渡すとしたら、その分のお礼が足りないのではなくて？
頼んだ覚えはないんだが、まあいい。押し付けられたものでも受け入れはしたんだからな。
おー、よし。おー、クリスタル。
これは用意の魂が結晶に。
おお、便利な技を持ってるじゃないか。
Nice. They've been crystallized. I mean, I just kind of assumed she was gonna eat them all. But that works too.
ええ、上出来だわ。
みんな、もう一度だ。ゼロの力も加われば、スカルミリョーネを撃てる。
なんだと？貴様、今一体何をした？
そういえば、お前にも借りがあったな。さっきの一撃、返させてもらおう。
Oh boy. Well, I was still dance partnered with Yestola. That surprised me. Not gonna lie. That was the only reason I did that, was because I thought I needed to refresh it.
この戦いに加勢することでチャラにしてもらうぞ。
用意を結晶化するなんて。
彼女の力は一体。
Again, like, I don't mind that. I just kind of assumed she would eat them, because that's how that works, right? You know? You eat them and then they can't come back.
まずは雑魚から片付けるべきか。この力で排除する。 Granted, maybe she can't necessarily eat them the way that a void scent would. Because she's been, you know, turned back to normal relatively. Ow, I stepped in the poison.
これならどうだ。
また用意が湧いてきたか。
受けてみろ。
They really like to put these, like, markers for, you know, the, like, minions. And then it's like, okay, but not all of them are actually there. You know? Zero's gonna kill some of them, you know? But you don't actually know which ones. It is kind of an interesting, like, idea. Ugh.
奴は倒せない。助けるぞ。
Boy, how long of a cast time does this ability have?
借りができた。
Another debt to recover. Nice.
やはり奴らから始末するしかないようだな。我が力で貴様らを葬ってやる。
向こうも本気というわけか。
My dance ran up.
こっちも全力で行くぞ。
I know that I've not a lot of commentary right now, but that's because I am very focused. Dancer is a class that takes a lot of my focus. I'm not sure why. But also, I mean, I'm trying to avoid this. You know, avoid attacks and stuff too. So that was close. I got into the green just in time. Goodness! I had a lot of those extra attacks available there. Got him. Dead.
バカめ、この私の再生能力を甘く見るなよ。何度やられようがすぐに復活を。ダメだ、体が再生できない。なぜこんなことが。
Get wrecked.
エーテルを結晶に封じ、これはもしやメモリアか。どうして貴様にあの力が。死から見放されたこの世界で私が消えることなどあるはずが。おお、ゴルベーザ様、恨みますぞ。
Go
こんなこ
Baz.
とになると知っていたら、あのような考えに乗ることなど。
Power of Memoria, huh? Sealing ether inside of crystal. Oh! Great time for this to activate. Oh, the other archfiends, I assume. And Golbez.
よくぞ集まった。力を求めし者たちよ。私の名はゴルベーザ。我々は来たる聖戦に勝ち残らなければならない。そのためには上昇の軍勢が必要である。諸君らにはその先鋒となり兵を率いることを期待しているぞ。
ちょっと待ちな。約束を忘れちゃいないだろうな。そうとも、機下に加われば我々に極上のエーテルを与えてくれる。そういう話だったな。
無論忘れてなどおらぬ。今の諸君らはあまりにも脆弱であるがゆえ、共に歩むためにも強くあってもらわねばこちらが困る。
ご挨拶だね。そこまで言って波の獲物を出されたら承知しないよ。
よかろう。ならばこれを見るがいい。
Oh. That's a dragon.
武田家敷地さの。そして、なんと正義に満ち溢れたエーテルか。
Aztaha.
これはもしや、かの世界の。
さよう。諸君らはこれなる竜のエーテルを食らい、さらなる強者、我が四天王へと生まれ変わるのだ。
Oh boy.
今のこやつらでは竜に満ちるエーテルを食らい尽くすことはできぬであろう。だがそれでいい。この竜にはまだ他に利用価値があるのでな。
Well, now we know what happened to Ajdaha. It does seem like she's still alive, considering that they were only able to drain a bit, a fraction of the ether. But that does not bode well for us.
妖異たちのエーテルは消滅したわけではないわ。存在そのものが結晶化している。私たちの世界でいう封印のようなものね。
スカルミリオーネなる妖異はメモリアと言っていた。
メモリア。
ゼロ。君が口にしていた言葉。メモリア戦争とも関わりがあるのだろう。
Yeah, crap. Because it was just yesterday that I did that. I don't remember. Yeah, Contra Memoria. Contra Memoria War.
私が知る限り、メモリアと化した存在が元に戻ったことはない。
Okay.
そうか。改めて助立ちしてくれたこと、本当に感謝する。
余計な借りを返してエーテルを食い損ねないようにしただけだ。さあ仕切り直しだ。とっととよこせ。
はいはい。この後も探索は続くのだから加減はしてちょうだいね。
どんな働きもエーテルという対価次第か。なるほど。こちらの世界は随分とシンプルらしい。
これで今度こそ貸し借りはなしね。ところであなた、さっきの様子だとまた何かを見たのではなくて。
I did, yes. That was one heck of a vision.
竜の姿を見たと。我ら天竜に似た姿ならばアジダヤかもしれない。
It's interesting, because I mean, the only time I've ever heard this name here is from Genshin. Genshin Impact, and they call him Ajdaha. But the Japanese, in the Japanese like dialect, they're saying Ajdeya, and that makes me wonder which of those is like the proper pronunciation for, this dragon. Because I know that the dragon is based off of like another, like a mythology. Because I was looking into dragons and like mythology, trying to find dragon names. Because I have a set of dragons that I very much need to replace the names of.
だが、
So,
すでに妖異に捕まっていたというのか。
like they're dragon gods, and I've been thinking, and I want to like put Nidhogg as like the void dragon god, And so, like, now I'm thinking, like, well, if I'm using Needhog, then what other, dragons could I use? And so, like, now I'm trying to, like, look into, Midgar Somer and Ajdaha and, all of that. I don't know if it's just that I'm bad at looking for this stuff or what, but I always have trouble finding information. And I know that somebody's going to be like, well, just look online. It's like, yes. But, like, I look online, and of course the first link is usually Wikipedia. So it's like, well, click on that, because that has, like, everything on it. But everything is in, like, little tiny pieces, because they don't, like, keep all the information. They put all of the information about one thing into that thing, onto that page. And so if it's like, Midgar Somer is also related to this other thing in these other stories, then it's like, I have to then find those as well, So then I'm like, well, okay, so let's not use Wikipedia. So then I go, like, looking at other sites, and it's like, oh, this one has, 10 dragon gods. And it's like, yes, this dragon is from this mythology, and that's the whole bit. I'm like, I want to know more. I want to know story. I want to know, like, tell me the information as if I was a person that knows absolutely nothing, and you're trying to turn me into a fan, But all I can get is just like one line or one paragraph information. I'm like, ah! Why is it so hard?
さすがに考えることが多すぎるわ。少し落ち着いて、一つずつ整理していきましょう。
I don't know. Like I said, maybe that's just me. Am I not knowing how to search for things? Like, I was doing Moogle tomes earlier. I'm at 47 out of 450 that I need, by the way. And I was doing the near raid. What is it? Tower at Paradigm's Breach. But I was doing that earlier, and somebody was like, well, if you want to know, like, because I was mentioning, like, there's no story, there's no lore. And somebody was like, well, if you want to know the lore, just look up a lore video, because there's so much lore. So I was like, okay. So I looked up a thing, I went on YouTube, and I said, Final Fantasy XIV, near raid, story. And I legitimately found nothing except for one video that was 8 minutes long that, like, told what happened. And I'm going, I know what happened. Nothing. And, like, they told the story, and I'm like, yes, see, that's exactly, like, nothing happened. Like, clearly there's something I'm missing when I watched the one and only lore video on the raid on YouTube, and I'm left going, and thus nothing happened. In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. Like, I want to find this stuff, but it seems impossible. I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Sidian looks at you with this piercing gaze. You would think that that I'd be good at finding stuff online, considering that online is all I do, but that's literally, like, not the case. Kassandra, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Void Sent here? Well, the Cloud of Darkness. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. They seem to stay dead at the time, yes. So in a bit of a rush. Didn't have time to wait around and see. They seem to stay dead at the time, yeah? I doubt not that they did. There must be reason why the ones you defeated did not return, in contravention of the natural order. Also, I hear it playing World of Darkness. I love that. Do you remember aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? Not really. There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow. But in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct void scent once more. Oh. Okay. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey. A fate more likely for stronger beings, requiring more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survived the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Interesting. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmiglian managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I combined the ether of the soul in a crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I am the only one left. I am told the heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stone called Orosite. Are they in Memoria one and the same? Orosite? I do not know this word, but the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere. But it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. Interesting. I see. Zero, I wish to ask about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, so I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let's entrust the task to Kassandra. Her echo will help. Of course it'll go. Echo. Echo. Stop. I hate that thing. Her beep will help facilitate communication. More importantly, she should be able to maintain her composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps. I will figure out a voice for him eventually. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. I freaking hate that thing, though. I really do. It's so annoying. Like, a friend of mine made a game that has that word in it, blanked melodies, EHCOED melodies, and one of the characters is named ECHO, and I was trying to do a let's play, and that thing kept going off every single time. So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps... Golbez, of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who cannot fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee. Though soon there will be nowhere to run. Seems the archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle. Others must be eaten, must escape, or I completely missed the last line. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return, and I may bask in her gaze again. I hate to say it, that's not gonna happen. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. Seems the archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. As long as I don't have to hand these in as items, I'm fine. I hate that mechanic. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Do you know anything about Golbez? Golbez? I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. With his army of minions, Golbez would seldom need to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. So I did remember that they had mentioned his name during the Final Fantasy XIV letters from the producer, whatever it's called. I didn't remember the name. I did remember that they had said his name. So I did know Golbez, but I didn't remember. I just didn't remember it. But now I do. So, but I know that he's coming in a trial in 6.4, and that's interesting to me, because if they're building him up to be the big bad guy for this, then whatever 6.5 is what's going to, like, push us into the next expansion. And it seems like it's not going to be this. But we'll see. So maybe not Void expansion next patch. Welcome back, Kassandra. Were you able to learn aught of value? That is still not the right voice. The problem is, I don't know how to do it. Like, I know exactly what voice I want to give him, but I can't seem to do it. So, So, Countless Void sent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answered to Golbez, as our vision did suggest. Skarmagillian's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Azdaha. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? If you accompany us, we can offer you protection. Surely you must desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's kind of what I want. I'm not sure how to do that. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one. Regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. That is not an easy, voice to, reach. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. Alright. We can finally leave the Troya Keep or whatever it's called. So, that'll be nice. Up to the Hydromantic Terraces. And this might be the last we see of this place until I start doing this for tomes. Actually, annoyingly enough, first off, I don't have expert, and I understand that there's a dungeon I'm missing, right? That's the 6.3 dungeon. That's fine. I have already reached this week's cap without even doing the expert roulette, which, the way that people talk, it's as if, they have to hit that 450 cap and, there's not a lot of content to do to get to that. But, again, I've already hit that cap. Thank you. I've already hit that cap for this week. And this is the first time I've done that. I've hit that cap for this week. But all that I've been doing in terms of like roulette, in terms of roulettes is like the level 90, the 50, 60, 70, and 80, and then like Alliance Raid. Well, I mean, also I've done Aglaya and Euphrasia. But like, I've just been doing that like every day. And that seems like that gets you everything that you need. And like, maybe I'm not understanding something because I still have characters that aren't level 90. But like, it just seems like if you do all of your roulettes in a day, after, doing all of your roulettes every day, because again, I don't have expert, so I haven't been getting this extra 40 a day. Then you just do like Aglaya and Euphrasia here, and maybe, your, whatever the current, tier raid is, Abyssos, like, I feel like that should earn you that cap. I mean, unless people are like playing multiple characters, and that's another thing that and maybe this is me, but everything can be done on one character. Again, maybe it's just me, but I've been struggling to understand why you would need alts, really? Like, World of Warcraft, it makes sense, because you're either a priest, or you're, a fighter, or what are you, a warrior, whatever it's called. You are one class, you are one class only, and so, like, if you want to see all of the content and play all the classes, you need, like, 15 characters. But that's not the case with Final Fantasy XIV. One character can do everything. And so I'm like, maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but maybe this is a me thing? But like, I don't need, somebody in my free company, was like, let me get on my healer. And I'm like, your healer. This character is healer. Like, why is there a particular reason that they need a second character, and no offense to that person, but like, hello? All 4 tank classes, all 4 healer classes, all of the 9, 10, 11, 12, all 12 of the DPS classes, all of the freaking gathering and crafting classes. Like, am I missing something? Maybe leave a comment down below. I'd like to understand. I'm not, like, trying to complain. I don't know why you need an entirely separate character to play healer when my dancer is also my healer, is also my tank, is also my... Like, what? You should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Leave Troya Keep? Yes. And again, maybe that's just me, but I legitimately don't understand. I don't mean to, like, complain or anything. I just, again, everything can be done with one person. I just don't understand why you need a fully separate character to play the class that is on your one character. So maybe that's it. Maybe people have like 10 alts for some reason. And so then they're like, well, I gotta get gear on all of them. Maybe it's like because you can only get gear on like one class per week. So they're like, well, I want to have my healer at the same like level as my like DPS. But also, Rita Skeeta gear currently is 620. I know that people like to see 630 on all of their gear and that they like to have that 630 item level and everything, but that 630 and 620 are so minuscule, the difference. So, like, you're gonna do 4 extra damage or heal for like 20 more HP. Because you have 630 over 620. You know? Like, it's not a lot. You're barely getting an increase. You're getting like 15 more intelligence. You know? Like, you're not getting like any real bonuses. I think that's just the same reason people play Black Mage, though. Like, big number, go big, you know? And so, like, if they can increase number by 2 points, you know? And don't get me wrong, in an RPG like the one I'm making, where 2 points can make a huge difference, that's great. When 2 points gets you 2 points, like, woo, you might kill it 0.01 seconds faster, you know? Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe that's it. Just because I don't understand the concept of big number, go bigger, and make happy. I have never felt that. I have never felt that. I don't even pay attention to my damage numbers in combat. Like, I can't even focus on that, you know? And there's no damage meter in Final Fantasy XIV, you know? So it's not like I can then look later and see, oh, look, I did, 30 million damage. Like, and of course you can't use add-ons in Final Fantasy XIV, so there isn't a way to do a damage meter unless it's built into the game. Like, I legitimately have never felt that in my entire life.
私が作った領域だ。もともとは私が自分一人で隠れ住むために作った場所だったんだがな。
There's a lot of voids in
強い
here.
王位と関係を築けず、群れからつまはじきにされた者たちが勝手に集まってきてこうなった。
いわばはぐれ用意の里というわけね。
Settlement of Pariahs. I looked that word up at one point. but I don't know what it means.
人間だ。うまそうだ。俺に食わせろ。やべえ、やつの獲物だったのか。くそ、ダメだ。食われたくねえ。
Wow. Interesting.
ここは私の領域。その主である私が連れているのだと示したからには、もうお前たちに手出しすることはないだろう。
Am I gonna get an etherite here by chance?
こっちだ。ついてこい。
Also, does this look like Charlayan? Like, does this look remarkably a lot like Charlayan to you? And maybe it was just from that, like, you know, glance that I was getting. But, like, I swear it looked like that one, like, section just looked like Charlayan. Let me see. Because, like, standing here and, like, looking up there. Well, no. It looks less like Charlayan than I thought. But I was seeing this, and this reminded me of, like, the forums area in Charlayan. So, but no. Second glance is not the same as the first, so. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. Didn't you just say that we were, like, safe here? And that we wouldn't come to harm? There's a void's nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain. Really freaking hate this computer. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. I had to sit, stop, and reset my microphone. Nowhere to run. Having given you due warning, Zero would leave you to your own devices. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the Voidsent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another. But whether any of those masters in turn served Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Yeah, I'm finally getting the voice right. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Zero is now accompanying you. Woo! I really do love when they do these quests where it's like, I'm accompanying you, and they actually do. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, You can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another's soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am, in a place all my own. Alright. Interesting. Very interesting. Who this statue? This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall the statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. Interesting. The statue wasn't here? But clearly it's been here for a while. Huh. Well, I mean, the passage of time is different. So that could be part of the reason why. Like, in the source, in the source versus the first, there was like 100-year difference. Or rather, like 100 years passed in the time between Heaven's Word and Shadowbringers. So if Zero's been captured for an expansion's worth of time, whatever that is, hundreds of years may have passed here, too. To walk around with her like that, you're her minion, then? You know I don't take minions. She has some questions, and I want you to answer them. Galbez, I don't know that one. Only Skatha. Which led us beyond the veil. I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skatha was a powerful voidsent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. Yeah, I mean, we did fight Skatha. I've never been sure how to say that, because it's, Celtic. I always just say Skatha, but if anybody can, tell me the proper way to actually pronounce that would be great. Stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. We're looking for Golbez. Golbez. I've heard the name before. Ah, I remember. Always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From who did you hear this? Farfel. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. Also, what is the weather here? Vacuity. Nice. I have no idea what that means. Vacuity? Lack of thought or intelligence. Head empty. Sorry, that made me laugh. That got me. You're one of the mortals, is it true? When you die over there, you really die? Yeah, that's true. So it is! What brings you here, then? Well, looking into Golbez. Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently, he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Satisfied with what you've learned? But let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Just double checking. Oh, I've lost any. Okay. That's fine. I don't think there were any others, but oh well. Regardless. Seems the rumors of Golbez reach even my remote domain. Words are difficult. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. Who's Farfarello? I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us. Constantly in fear of being devoured, he seldom consorts with others. Among us? That's sus. Sorry. I know that joke is like done to death at this point, but the only one he's comfortable with is Suryato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume? Yeah. Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Alright. Is Farfarello gonna be somebody that we end up, like, knowing who is when we meet them? Meanwhile, elsewhere. Oh. Well, I mean, we get an answer to like what everybody is, you know, like voice wise. Memoriaか。そいつは懐かしい言葉だ。Wow, that one was much longer. あの力を持つ者は皆我らと同じく闇に飲まれた。ただの一人も例外はいねえ。Like that line had been much longer than the Japanese voicing was. That's interesting. 現にスカルミリョーネの反応は消失したままだ。Yup. 奴が健在であれば、とうに復活しているはずであろう。Surprisingly normal. Like, I figured he'd have, like, a big, like, deep, booming voice, you know, Arthas Lich King style or something, but his voice is pretty normal. あやつの力がお前たちよりも劣っていたことは確かだが、再生能力にかけては抜きんでたものがあった。So that was a him thing then. The others are not going to have that ridiculous regeneration. 失われたはずのメモリア化の力を持つ者が今もまだ未練がましくさまよっているというなら、我らの脅威となる前に
排除せねばなるまい。
It cannot be suffered to live. This, I know that this is like old language, but I've never really quite gotten the grasp of like what that means. You know, they cannot be suffered to live. Like what? I'm very confused every time somebody says this. Like, I think I get the general idea. It's like, I would word it like, you know, that, you know, we cannot let them live or something. But like, I feel like there's some meaning here around, you know, they cannot be suffered to live. That like means something like more than just we can't, you know, we must kill them, you know, or something like that, you know. It seems a weird way to word it. Barbaricia.
確かに兵を率いて攻め込むにはお前が適任か。
その代わり見事打ち果たした暁には褒美をいただきとうございます。
申してみよ。
あの竜のエーテル、残りすべて私にお与えを。
無礼であろう。どうかわきまえよ。
あいにくと我が神は風のように自由気まま。確かな約束がなければどこへなびくかわかりませんので。
大きく出たものだ。そこまで言うからには失敗は許されんぞ。
Oh, she will.
この紙にかけても。
Oh, she will.
ならば解く行け。そして我らに立てつくことの愚かさをその魂に刻みつけてやるのだ。
はっ。
Alright. Farfarello keeps to the fringes of my domain. This way. Ask about his hiding place. The void sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please. But all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey where they need ether. Except Farfarello and Siriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Siriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfarello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. There's Varshan. That is the only speech marker, so... Hey, look, it's Siriato. Ooh. It's one of these ghost things. Also, I know this episode's going on long. Oh, whatever will I do now? Siriato, this is rather unexpected. Where's Farfarello? Farfarello isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left. That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, alright. What more do you want me to say? Did he take too much ether? And off he flees, as he is wont to do. Something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Siriato's behavior? He seemed frightened. Perhaps someone had threatened him? I don't think he was telling the truth. So you think so too? As he says, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Siriato, who's clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee, but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually. No. We must go after Siriato. Now. Like I said, did he consume too much ether? Did he accidentally eat up all of Farfarello's ether and now Siriato's like, oh crap. Siriato, we need to talk. There's no time. As the wind rises, we must flee. The wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. But yeah, I am aware that we are like kind of going long here. What? There's a wall here. Sometimes I don't like the maps because in spots like this, sometimes you can't tell that there's like a topology difference. I'm like looking at that going, it says there's something there that I can go, but there's a wall in front of me there. What the heck? You know? What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbaricia. Barbaricia? Who in the world is that? We must flee. All of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. I mean, he seems like he can float. You know? Just saying. He do seem like he hover. But maybe that's just me. But yeah, I am aware that we're too, like, far. You know? That this episode is going long. I was gonna end whenever this finished. And now it's gone on quite a lot longer than I expected. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you hiding from? I already told you. Barbaricia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? He will be devoured. Or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade. But it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. I don't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfarello who used to serve an Archfiend, not you. Not you, who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you were Barbaricia's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Farfarello, didn't he? Yep. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being? How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was Farfarella's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it. Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbaricia more than anything, hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, so he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here. No escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation has joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten. Neither me nor Farfarello. But there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. And tell me about Barbaricia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here, and no one can escape her winds. No one. Oh boy. This is just like Endwalker, where I thought like, oh, there's not much more. Barbaricia. Uh-oh. Oh! That wasn't there before.
領域ごと移動してくるとは面白いな。狙いは実中ハックお前たちだろう。他に異変はないからな。今のうちに連れと相談でもしておいたらどうだ。私たちが守ってくれるだなんて期待はするなよ。
Oh boy. Well, oh, never mind. More cutscene.
四天王の一人がここに迫ってきていると。
私たちの動向は筒抜けというわけね。
あいにくおしゃべりしてる暇はなさそうだ。来た。
Oh. Hi, Barbaricia. Oh boy.
トロイア城まで迎えに行くつもりだったけど、
まさかそちらから近づいてきてくれるとはね。
ゴルベーザ四天王、風のバルバリシアか。
Interesting. Interesting difference.
慣れ慣れしく呼ぶでない。
Also interesting difference.
それにしても何なのこの無様な領域は。
Hey, look, it's one of those little gremlin
雑魚どもが
dudes.
ちょろちょろと目障りだね。
Oh. That sucks.
それでスカルミリオネをやってくれたようだけど、あちら側から一体何しに来たんだい？
竜を探している。数千年前にこちらに渡ってきたはずでな。それについて何か知っていることは？
竜だと？なるほど。ゴルベーザ様があれを残しておいたのも、さらにうまそうな獲物を釣るためだったってわけか。あのお方の慶願に敬意を示して、こやつらの魂も残らず平らげてやるとしよう。
その物言い、知っているな、味だよ。
お前からも感じるぞ、うまそうな竜の匂いを。
She's creepy. I love her. I love everything about her.
俺たちを食えるとは思わないことだ。
どうだろうね。私は不意打ちしか能のないスカルミリオネとは違うんだ。お前たちを私自ら領域に招待してやろう。竜について知りたければおいでなさいな。もちろん食われるのが怖ければ逃げ出してもいい。その代わりこの薄汚い領域の雑魚がどうなるか楽しみだね。
Oh boy.
さて、どうする？
What's the plan? We go beat the crap out of her. Go after Barbaricia. What else? If we go, we'd be playing into her hands. Go after her. What else?
ああ、私ももちろん行こう。奴は自らの領域で万全を期して待ち受けているはず。
というわけで俺たちは行くが、お前はどうする？ゼロ。
お前たちの行動に興味があるとは言ったが、安い挑発に乗ってわざわざ奴に食われに行くのはごめんだ。それでもというのならわかるな。
Duty support?
今度は私がエーテルを対価として差し出そう。
Oh yeah,
私に
he
はまだやるべきこ
plenty.
とがあるゆえ、命までは差し出せない。それに触らぬ範囲であれば、君の望むだけ食らうといい。何より私のエーテルは バルバリシアも欲していたもの。君ならば価値がわかるのではないか。
いいだろう。契約成立だ。
Duty support? I mean, that's only 4 characters. We need 8. But duty support? It would be the second trial that has duty support. So probably not, but we'll see. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbaricia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbaricia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Oh boy. It really doesn't matter what I take. Alright, well, it sounds like there's a trial coming in the next episode, The Wind Rises. Zero has a word of warning before you go to face Barbaricia. But we will... This has gone long already. I guess it makes up for the fact that the last episode wasn't so long. But I also kind of feel like I did that already too. Because the one before it had also been long, so... In either case, I've made up for the fact that that one episode was so much shorter. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe. You can check the video description down below for a link to the playlist, or click the thing. I realized that I don't need to say that. Oh, but there is a link down below in the video description to both the both Patreon and Discord. You can feel free to come on out, hang out with us, chat, and all of that, as well as help support the channel. And with that, I'll see you all next time. See you later.